you're just only slowing you down, really, starting with novice gear, and you ain't going to sell it for nothing either. So I think you should start the right way.
Okay, okay. Might be slightly easier said than done. We'll have to think of ideas that teenagers can earn money. Okay, now John, you've been learning since the show began and a little bit of this morning. So come on, we need to see what you can do, where you're up to.
Wait a minute.
It's not bad.
It's jumped a bit,
Yeah.
Have to go with it. It's the only problem, sometimes it jumps and you've just got to keep your wits about you when it jumps.
How's he doing?
I think he's doing incredibly well for someone who started today, you know.
Yeah.
And it took me 15 years to get this far, so John's got a long time to go still.
Okay, okay then, John. John, you stop there, my love. Let's see where you reached 15 years on, okay?
Ooh.
We'd like to see you do some.
Okay.
This is where you could be, John, okay? Oh, John's telling me to stand back.
I think you better stand back.
All right, fine, well.
Here we go.
Cutmaster.
Check it out, y'all.
Hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it.
Check it out,
A
y'all.
little something like this, like this, like this, like this, like this.
We really like that, Cutmaster. We really, really like that. Now, can you do it while we talk?
I'll try.
Okay, you're not just a regular DJ, you're an award-winning DJ. Are you still competing?
Unfortunately not. I'm now making records. Where's it gone? Someone's nicked it. But this is my record anyway.
Okay. Oh, is this one of yours?
Yeah.
This sounds really good. What are your plans for the future then as a DJ?
Yeah, I'm going to be making records, obviously remixing. I'm in a DJ group, and now with the turntables we can actually make music, so that's the way really, to take it into more of a musical form.
Okay, do you do discos and things?
Yes, I play out worldwide, and you know, I'm radio stations. I'm trying to sell myself. So if you want me, I'm here.
Excellent. John, do you think that by the end of the show you'll be as good as Cutmaster was just then?
Not quite.
Okay. And what do you think of your school DJs at your school discos?
I'm even better than them.
You're better
Oh,
than already.
John, my man.
He's sweet. He's too hilarious.
He's going to go far.
Can I ask you one very, very quick question? Very quick question, okay, honey? You're an award-winning DJ.
That's
I
right.
didn't know you could have awards for DJing. I'm a bit ignorant like that.
Okay.
What do you have to do to win an award to be a DJ?
Well, you've got to be confident, you've got to be original. You know, being original obviously means you're an innovator, you're a master of your own style, and you're going to be remembered a lot more. So be confident, be original, and be different. You know?
Excellent. Well, listen, you guys, we're going to thank you for the moment, but we might come back to you if we get the time, okay? You're doing a brilliant job, John. Keep learning all you can from the master, okay? Okay, we're having a bit of trouble with the calls, but not to worry, because we've got some emails
here.
Thank you very much, Sophie, my love. Okay, then, okay. This one is from Keith in Newcastle. He says, tell AD I think his aerosol art is really cool. Where can I learn to legally spray like that?
Thanks for the compliment, but spraying legally, it'd be good if you approached your youth club or local council, identify awards in your local area and see if they can perhaps give you permission. Or maybe even contact us and we can maybe help you out with getting funding or give you advice on legal projects in the area.
Okay, then. That's for you then, Keith, my love. Don't we have someone on line 7? I'm being told. Hello? Hello? Is anybody there? Are you teasing me? Are you shy? Okay, that's cool. Matt's in York. Anyway, hello, Matt. You emailed us about graffiti and you want to say, I really like graffiti and would like to become involved in a youth project. Oh, that's the one we just read, actually. No, actually, this is about youth projects. Can you specifically find out about youth projects?
Yes, he can. Like I said before, he can contact us.
Okay.
Or contact the local council, youth workers in the local area,
Okay.
and see if they can possibly get together with other writers and put something together and turn it into a summer project even.
Okay, I was thinking that we had Mac on line 7. He didn't get through quite because of technical reasons, but I happen to know the question that he wanted to ask, and that was, there's a guy apparently called Simon someone who went to prison for graffiti, and he wanted to know how that made you feel.
Simon Sunderland.
Simon Sunderland, you know about him, yeah?
Yeah, basically, yeah, they've increased the amount of prison sentences
that it carries.
Yeah, basically.
Obviously you think it's quite strong, but you could also argue that You knew the risks, yeah?
Yeah, but up until his case, basically there hadn't been such a heavy sentencing for the crime.
Okay, excellent. Well, I've been told we've got line 1, so are you there, line 1?
Yeah, I'm here. It's Jonathan.
Hi, Jonathan. What's your question, hun?
Well, it's not really a question. I just wanted to sort of like make a point,
Okay.
firstly. For the two guys there, I think they'll agree with me that graffiti, in actual fact, is a very positive thing. As far as it goes, I mean, you've got the National Art Gallery for all the world's masterpieces, and I think what is being ignored, you said earlier about the guys that actually scrabble the stuff off the walls. I mean, they're wiping out our masterpieces. I started writing myself.
John, we understand your point, but as I said, you know the risk. Listen, we're going to talk about it later, okay? Well, not only is it illegal, it can also be extremely dangerous, okay? Now, I'd like everybody here, actually, to watch this one, because apparently it's quite strong and it can be quite thought-provoking, so we might want to discuss this afterwards. You might want to discuss it at home as well. It's Inside Out, and the presenter is Sally Ann Kaiser.
After the passenger trains have stopped running, the tracks of Britain's railways become the haunt of people who call themselves writers. They're graffiti artists searching for the best spot to write their name and stake their claim to fame. This week, Inside Out caught up with a gang of writers dodging British Transport Police and the other dangers of the tracks and tunnels. They wore masks to avoid identification by security cameras.
There's a train coming.
It's like addictive. Once you start doing it and getting into it now.
Can't stop.
Yeah.
Just want more and more.
It's like a drug.
It's our obsession.
In recent years, the New York police have come down hard upon graffiti artists. But could British writers now be facing a similar crackdown?
The police, they'll be able to stop like all the big heads maybe, and then there's still the little kids. Yeah, they're still all out there doing it. So they'll never be able to stop it anyway. And the people that are properly into it, that have been doing it for years, you know what I mean, they know what they're doing anyway. It's just highly unlikely they're going to get caught.
Police in London have got a specialist graffiti squad, but they wouldn't be interviewed because they didn't want to give graffiti any publicity. So we're on our way to Brighton to meet the British Transport Police, who will talk to us.
Yeah, this is a typical example of some of the graffiti that we find upon the railway.
How much of a problem is graffiti for you?
Graffiti is a major problem. It's a tremendous eyesore to the public and to the community, and it also costs an awful lot of money to the railway industry to repair.
At the station, they were busy repairing one of the trains vandalised over the weekend.
Lights smashed, luggage racks torn off. That happens nearly every day. There will be some sort of vandalism on the train.
The police told me there are only about 200 hardcore writers in the country, but apparently it's such a secretive world that cracking a graffiti gang could take months of surveillance. How effective are the laws when it comes to graffiti and preventing it?
The options that we have obviously go from a warning to the person involved, to a formal caution, to a court appearance, and the courts can obviously mean all the way up to a Crown Court, and that could lead to imprisonment.
Is it criminal behaviour, or do you consider it a form of art?
It may be a form of self-expression, but do you need to do it on people's property?
Ain't no such word as respect when you're talking about the police, really. No, I mean, they don't give you no respect, so boy, they don't gain none.
The police also use handwriting experts to determine which squiggles belong to which gangs.
The graffiti element is quite a closed community. Once we can get a member of the squad arrested, he will normally have in his bedroom or something some information leading to other members of his team. I'm out for fame.
The cat and mouse games with the police may be part of the buzz, but the writers say outdoing rival crews is really what it's all about. The best pieces in the most dangerous spots get the most respect.
Writers have their own wars anyway. Beat writers, so I mean, when you're warring against each other, it's like the line and everything, the underground system, everything just gets smashed even more. So while there's that going on, there's no way they'll be able to stop it.
Because they've gone past the stage of like being worried about police to being like they're more worried about the other group, isn't it?
Not surprisingly, the people who run the railways would love to see stronger laws to fight the writers.
Where is the line? Where is the line when you start prosecuting them, taking them to court, rather than just giving them multiple cautions? You know, that is not a deterrent. A police caution to these kids is, I got caught, I got told off, I'm going to do it again.
But not everyone receives just a caution. The gang that filmed themselves here got caught in the act by London Underground security cameras.
Just got out of hand. When we got out, police were being called in. After about an hour and a half, they ran us all up. We're all in the back of a meat wagon.
Take them to the local police station.
That's it. £400 fine, 24 hours attendance centre. Weren't good at the time, weren't good. I've just finished off paying the fine like 2 days ago. Well, obviously when you get caught, it takes a buzz down quite a bit, you know what I mean?
But even after getting busted, writers say it's so addictive, it's difficult to stop.
If you don't do trains and that, people call you a sellout, which is basically you're selling it, you're not doing it, you're just like lame and that. Like these boys here, they're all sellouts. They don't do nothing. Just paint these legal walls like pansies, really.
For the graffiti artists, it might just be a bit of fun, but for the people that clean it up, it's not. Over £5 million a year is spent cleaning up graffiti. The authorities know the vandals want as many people as possible to see their pieces, so they try to clean them off the walls and trains as quickly as they can. The problem is that writers use car paint, which is difficult and expensive to remove.
It's a game we play with the graffiti artists. They will use a particular colour and we will remove it from the signs or the woodwork. Once they know that we can remove a certain colour or a certain paint, they then swap to something different, and we have to try and combat what they use all the time.
Not everyone who's into graffiti is into breaking the laws, though. For some, it's all about art. Graffiti, as we know it, started in New York in the late 70s and early 80s. Today, some of its originators are taking their art form from walls and trains into galleries and exhibitions. Some writers have successfully made a career out of their art. This canvas is going for £3,000, and there are many more like it. But is this real graffiti?
Graffiti's still graffiti when it's on trains and trackside and, well, buses and everything, and on the street, I suppose. But when you start taking it to galleries and halls of fame, it's not graffiti, it's just
art.
Well, yeah, whatever you want to call it.
Selling out.
Yeah, that's what it is. If you're a graffiti writer and you start doing that, then you're selling out.
Not staying true to the game, that's the whole point of it. If you're doing things like going out there, hitting trains and yards and that, it's like underground. You're keeping it on a down low profile. As soon as you start bringing it into the galleries, and that's commercialising it. That's not what it's all about. You don't go out there to commercialise it. You go out to be hitting trains, hitting
I mean, you
yards
commercialise. The whole point of it is you put
graffiti is an
yourself
underground
up
thing.
illegally. So that's more of the challenge. When you start taking it to a gallery, you just leave it up in a gallery and people can walk in and out and see it. That's weak. that's too weak.
The point of going on the missions. That's the fun part of it.
Yeah.
If writers aren't interested in legalising it, and the whole buzz is because it's against the law, will a police crackdown make any difference? The prospect of harsher laws may scare off some, but for the hardcore, it may just spice up the challenge.
They can't stop it. They can try and stop it, but they'll never be able to completely stop it, you know what I mean? There's still going to be people always just walking
No
tracks,
matter what.
on trains, going yard, everything.
For the buzz, innit? For the rush.
Strong stuff there. Now you guys, we just saw how completely dangerous it can be. If you can't still think it's worth it, no, surely not. I know you don't. What do you think of the danger, though?
There is a danger element, and I think that's what attracts a lot of young people towards it. Especially when you're going through your teens, you're into that whole teenage rebellion thing.
Yeah.
And so something like this, which is like seen as anti-establishment, parents hate it, the authorities hate it, that is a big attraction for a lot of young people.
Okay, So what have you got there? Some things that can keep us slightly safer, aren't they?
Yes, I mean, one of the downfalls of painting is that you get a whole load of spray paint on your hands. So I usually wear these surgical gloves to protect my fingers so I don't spend days scrubbing my fingernails afterwards. And also I wear a mask, especially when I'm painting indoors and outdoors.
Okay.
Because of the paint fumes.
Okay, but we would stress, please don't do it unless you've got permission. We mean that, please don't. Okay, Zoe is our reporter on this topic. Zoe, what did you think of what we just saw on Inside Out?
I thought it was quite worrying when they said once you got started you couldn't stop and it was addictive. But on the whole, it's not as bad as I thought. It's quite good. Yeah.
What do you think of that, Tobias? Do you agree with that?
I don't agree with that. It's addictive. I mean, there definitely is a buzz with doing it.
So can you just stop like that? Right, I don't want to do it anymore.
Well, I did. I mean.
But you do it still. You're not really defending your argument, you're proving it, in fact. Thank you very much, Tobias. Can I just say, Zoe, you've brought us an excellent report today. We've had, I don't know if fun's the right word, but we've certainly had an interesting time discussing it, and I hope you've had an interesting time discussing it at home. But I tell you what, it doesn't stop there. If, like Zoe, you would like to be a reporter on the mag, you can do it, you know. Don't just sit there and think, oh, I'd like to do that. Why can't I be there? You can. You really can. All you have to do is write to us or send us a video. Now, choose a topic that interests you. It doesn't have to be serious. You know, John's over there. He's doing DJing. We've got body piercing. Anything you fancy that interests you. It can be serious or frivolous. Write it down or video record it and send it in to us at this address. It's the mag. P.O. Box 5555, Southampton, SO14 OYX. That is the address to send those tapes to. Getting back very quickly to this topic, I think right now we're ready to go to some calls that are reacting to the graffiti and the Inside Out video there. Hello, have we got anyone on line one?
Hello, it's Mike in Edinburgh.
Hello, Mike in Edinburgh. How are you?
I'm okay, thank you.
Okay. What do you want to say, babe?
I'd just like to say that if people are sort of that good at wall painting and stuff, they should go to an art school and not waste their talent just on graffiti.
It's a waste of talent, AD. What do you reckon?
A lot of people who do it aren't interested in art. They don't care whether people see it as an art form or as vandalism. They're doing it because they want to do it. And the whole thing about going to art school, if you look at art anyway, they're trying to pigeonhole people as to what is and what isn't art. The thing about what we do and the reason why even the art establishment hates it is that we don't fit into their criteria of what art is or what artists should be like. It's about us, what we do, what we want to express and how we want to express it. So, you know...
Okay, all right, that's your opinion. So you're saying it's not about what anyone else thinks, it's about the moment when you are there doing that, is it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's about the writers and the culture.
Cool. How's that for you?
Well, I just think if they don't care what other people think about it, then they shouldn't be putting it on walls and for everyone else to see anyway then.
Okay, we take your point, and I think quite a few people agree with you, actually. I'm not saying I'm one of them, but I know people do. I see both sides, me. That's my job. Okay, thanks very much. And who we got on line two?
Hi, it's Carrie from Coventry.
Very quickly, what's your point, hun?
Well, I disagree with what Mike said. You know, I think it is a form of art, and the interview has been totally unfair to the graffiti artists in general. It's an art form, they should express it.
Okay, well, we've tried to be fair, to be honest with you. We've tried to see both sides whilst reminding everyone that it is illegal. We did our best, Henny. Thank you so much for your call. There'll be much more from us after the break.